Hey guys, welcome to our daily stock market insights. Today is July 6, 2020, 8:09 p.m. And in today's discussion, I have already lined up all your requests from uh, the comments you dropped over the weekend. Okay, and to begin our discussion, I have here our index, and let's try to dissect how the market performed today. Before I get started, if you have not subscribed yet to our channel, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That way, you're always updated whenever we have new videos. And we're doing this every day, by the way. So if you have a stock that I may not be discussing today, feel free to drop a comment so that I can perhaps record a part two, or sometimes if I'm not able to do that, you are my priority in tomorrow's video. In the meantime, these stocks that I have gathered are the ones from the comments I received over the weekend. Let's get started. For the index over here, we had a uh, bearish candlestick in how the market performed today. Looks like this is a sign that we might be retracing again. Okay, so previously we thought that we are about to face a possible breakout there when this stock managed, or when the index managed to bounce and recover, partially crossing the MA20 line. It managed to do that. That's why we thought that it might continue to move higher. But in today's performance, that got negated, and looks like with how the MA20 line is forming, it's attempting to face downwards, right? So we might see some more declines here in the coming days, and possibly dropping again at this level right over here around the 6,100 level. So just be extra careful there if you're holding blue chip companies. I feel that some of them might retrace for a while, but look at it in a way that that will be your opportunity if you're a long-term investor to add more volume. All right. So the next possible drop for our support here would be around 6,140 level. The next one is IDC. Okay. IDC over here is just sitting at the MA20 line. Look at this. It's been doing sideways for quite some time now, while the others are drastically dropping the price amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. This stock, the entire time from March to the current day, is just doing sideways. So I think that it will hold at the MA20 line, and next possible action would be a recovery from that level, pushing the price higher. It's just a matter of time. We don't know how long it'll take for it to bounce back and push the price higher. Overall, I feel that we are already at the bottom for this stock. While we're doing sideways, look at your RSI over here. There's a slight increase in the trajectory, moving uptrend or moving upwards. The next stock we're going to discuss would be MWIDE. MWIDE is still respecting your MA20 line, as you can see right here. Although we just have to be extra careful, because the moment this does not hold, it crosses the MA20 line downwards, then that would mean people will be taking profit at that time, and it will go back most likely at the previous support, which is around 6.75. At the moment, this level is still holding, and just be extra careful. And if you're already profitable, I think you might consider taking some profit, because just in case, all right, just in case this continues to drop, at least you've already locked in some profit. So far, this is still, I'd say this is still a support area. The next stock is APX. APX managed to bounce. Okay, looks like this is respecting, well, I'd say this is a support area right now, around 1.24 level. That has created a support in that area. And let us see. However, you have a short-term resistance here. The nearest resistance that I see at the moment would be around this level. There, 1.37. So if you're just merely trading this stock, try to get in as near as you can at the 1.24 level, and then take profit probably as soon as you see signs of weakness around 1.37. But sometimes it manages to break out of the resistance, so uh, you have to wait before you officially see a bearish signal there. Otherwise, just hold on to your position. I'd say if you are a position trader, for me this is not a position though that I'd like to enter, because it, this has already managed to um, push the price higher, right? It is already very high for me. If you're to ask my opinion, as most position traders would wait for a stock to really dip and then recover, and then signs of recovery they have to enter at a very early stage, not at this level, because this is already high. So the moment if you're a position trader, the moment you see a confirmation that you are already bouncing, that's when you enter. But this has already created several waves of increase in the price. So with that, normally, um, sometimes at this level, people will be taking profit. I'm thinking if it reaches 1.37, there's a possibility that people will be taking profit, and breaking the resistance at that point is going to be more difficult, because the higher you are, the more difficult to break your resistance areas. So if you would still like to enter the stock, make sure to enter the support area and watch the market, because sometimes the resistance does not really break. PX. PX currently is at the resistance level as well. As for here, look at this. There used to be a support right here. Therefore, we need to be very careful, because it might drop again. The first area that it could possibly drop at would be 2.54. Overall, I feel a little bearish for this stock because of the last day's candlestick, which is today. This is how the candlestick ended today. Let's take a look at FNI. FNI managed to bounce, as you can see, from a constricted Bollinger Band. It is now triggering that, and tomorrow could be a good story if we start the price from 105 and then push the price higher, because currently it is creating that previous resistance. It's touching that resistance level again. Just in case people will take profit, I'd say watch and catch it around this level. Okay, 0.93 to 0.94 area. That could be a good haggle. So far, looking at it, it's just the climb is just steady, uh, slow moving, but looks like this is a much healthier move, because when it drops, it does not drastically drop. It drops gracefully. Like this one, when it managed to retrace, the decline is just by a few pesos or cents, and then it recovers right away. So I think we're still at that area, looking at where it was before. See that? It was really very high previously, around, it even reached a 450 level, and we are just about to, if you are a long-term investor for this stock, we are just starting to climb up. So 0.94 for me is a much better haggle in the entry price than where it is at right now. We just don't know though. Tomorrow could be a gap up day, and then that's a different story. Once you break out of the resistance, you will have a brand new support at the previous resistance. That's how it normally moves. SMPH. SMPH, similar to what happened in the index today, we had a retracement, and I feel that we will have some more declines for this stock. Okay, so I'm thinking it might revisit your MA20 line, and if it drops some more, it might respect this area. This is currently moving a little bit of a downtrend because the line is not that steep, but you see it's not even. This one is higher, this one is lower. When it bounced, it created a lower high somehow, and we might have the same fate here when it drops and it breaks the MA20 line. But if it manages to just bounce at the MA20 level, then we could have a different story at that point. So I'm just plotting MA20 just in case it respects that. Okay, 32.30. The next would be Bloom. Bloom is interesting. Look at this. It's RSI is currently declining, and your price level is moving higher. So that is going to be a bit tricky, because look at where we are at. We might have some more bullish movements here. Just be extra careful because of the RSI. We can possibly have a more push in the price, but people might be taking profit anytime soon. I'm just banking on the fact that it is triggering the upper Bollinger Band, and we might have another wave, and could be a little higher and then revisits your previous resistance, create some stabilization, and continue moving higher. We can have that kind of pattern. Otherwise, if it breaks that, let's say people take profit because this is already a good increase from the bottom that we have here, it might possibly drop at the 7.33 level, around that area, because there was a consolidation that happened here previously, and the last price today also touched the 7.31 area. So we might create some stabilization there if we don't break this resistance that we have right now. Okay, overall, where are we? Bloom is there, starting to recover. This used to be your peak back in January. Nickel I think had a good bounce today. Let me see if it materialized there. So promising move for nickel. Was doing sideways for the previous months, and look at this. The moment it triggered the upper Bollinger Band, there were more sentiment going up. The sentiment was moving higher, so we might experience the same thing if we continue to move the price higher than 2.13. So this previous resistance could now be your support. So if you feel like entering the stock, go ahead, because I think it is just starting to recover at this point in time. What about FB? FB overall still, oh no, we might have this doji here. I don't like what I'm seeing, because that means momentum is starting to, slow down. um, People are no longer interested in pushing the price higher, and they're just stuck here. It's opened at that price, ended at that price, and so we might, okay, this could be a signal of a higher low, no, a lower high, because it dropped, it bounced, but only up to this level. So we might, so this is a lower high, and then when it drops, it could create a lower low. First, it will challenge the previous support over here, and then if that breaks, it could create a lower low, which could end at the 64.98 area. Okay, so just be extra careful there. That's for FB. JGS. JGS also had, this is a doji right now, previous support, currently acting as a resistance. The reason why we're saying that is because of this previous resistance over here, so we might experience some drop, considering that while we touched the resistance second time around, your RSI has declined in momentum, so that's not a good story. We might see some more retracements or correction right at this level, 60.87. CLI. CLI, oh, nice move. However, you're already at the overbought area, so I'm not saying it will stop moving higher, but this is already at a critical, level. At any point in time, people can take profit and leave you there at the top. So be extra careful. This is already a FOMO area. There's a resistance right at this level, so that's why I'm plotting it at the 5.01, which is slightly higher than where it is at right now. So just be very, very careful, okay? Because it might, okay? People might take profit anytime soon there. AGI. AGI. Let's see, AGI. It's like, looks like it's just doing flatline performance at the moment. Here, that's your support. Tested here, dropped here, and for several days, price has been touching this level, and today we did not go down any further. And so I feel that it will just respect the 6.64. While it's true that this is already a cheap level, I suggest we wait for an engulfing green candlestick to really confirm that bounce. HLCM. HLCM still flatlining, doing sideways for how many weeks now? Third week? Second week. Third week, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second week. So this is still your support, but take a look at how your RSI is forming. Slowly moving higher, momentum is starting to pick up. Look at how the size of the volume from the previous 3 days and the volume for the past 2 days. So I feel that this will just respect the 6.23 area being a support. GMA7. GMA7 still not looking good. We had a breakdown in price at the MA20 area, so most likely it'll go back again to your 4.70 level right here. Price hit this level and then it bounced, so I think that is going to be your support. It'll respect that level. You're just right at the mid-range here, so yes. So I'm a little bit conservative at the moment because we're triggering movements below the MA20 line. And MBT as well, look at that, broke the MA20 level, therefore it might continue dropping. And the nearest support I see is at the 36.77 level. So hopefully it will just do sideways like how it did before, then push the price higher. So far your MA20 is in the mid-range, so there could be some more movements uh, or wiggle room for the price to move higher. Overall, how far are we from the bottom? It's just 3 peso away, 3 pesos away from the support that we have plotted here. Meralco Morocco managed to cross the MA20 line, so that is good. It's a sign of recovery. Overall, when it tried to dip, you've established some higher highs and higher low, so that could mean we are still in an uptrend, okay, with slight retracements happening. So first, it has to beat the nearest resistance, which is at this level 292.83. That's your nearest resistance. FGEN. As for FGEN, we had, okay, so this weakness that we had last Friday was confirmed in today's market performance. So I feel that we might continue to drop. So just be extra careful. Anticipate some more drops in the coming days. Could be first, it could challenge this level, 24.07 area. I saw this in. This used to be a resistance as well. And next possible drop could be 22.48. There, it's an area, so there. Okay, which is your MA20 line. Next, so that's FGEN. Let's take a look at BDO. BDO again, oh no, it broke the MA20 line, so I feel that it will drop some more. Okay, so the nearest drop could be your previous support right here. We might just stabilize there, hopefully, and if it drops some more, lowest could be 85.77 or 85.95. This one, I feel that 94.11 will still be revisited, so if you want to consider buying some more for BDO, put this in your watch list because I'm thinking you can still get it at a cheaper price. This one over here, we had an interesting discussion last weekend. I created a video last, I believe, Saturday, and I said there that with NTC granting DITO to continue building towers up until next year, so that means when I said it's a second chance for them, it's a second chance to prove themselves, and it's just allowing the government has allowed them to continue building that way. They will be able to deliver what is required to come technical launch. So it's their second chance to recover from this sudden dip in price. There you go. So I said that we could potentially drop from between 2.83 to 2.88 in today's market performance. It even lowered or even dropped up to 2.76, which is just a slight overshoot from where I plotted the line previously. So I think um, I'm glad that our findings or our insights there were correct. And what I see here is it's still plotted at the same level just in case people will take profit. Okay, just in case people will take profit, 2.82, 2.83 area would still be our support. The reason why I'm plotting it there is because these are obvious lines that you have here. Used to be a support, used to be a resistance, nothing complicated, just that fact. Okay, so previous support and previous resistance, when we break out of that, it revisits and then continue to move higher. So if you're a long-term investor for DITO, this is a great opportunity to start stabilizing and just know your objective, know why you're getting in the stock, so that when it fluctuates, you're not getting too emotional and too nervous, because you know that you will be engaging in this stock for a long time. So when it drops, just buy some more. And your assignment is just to really make sure you check the financial condition, the future operation of Dito. Where are they in the launch of the third telco? So that's something we all need to monitor, uh, given that given that there are some hiccups in the preparation period. Okay, so I think so far that news is really something that we can all look forward to for a promising future ahead of Tito. And that's it for today, guys. Feel free to drop a comment if I may have not included your request in this discussion. I can probably record another one for you or prioritize you tomorrow. Thank you, and you have a great evening. Bye bye for now.